Hello, everyone. Seth Andre Robinson here, welcoming you to another edition of Purpose Me. I am here with Miss Frances Mitchell, my god sister as well. So grateful. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
Thank you.
You also work for Cooper Hospital.
That is
as well.
correct.
What is your profession, and how long have you been doing it?
So I'm an executive assistant at MD Anderson Cancer Center at Cooper, and I've been in this role for 8 years.
Okay.
But I've been in healthcare providing support to leadership teams for over 30 years now.
Okay. Oh, wow. So something special happened in December of 2019. What did that happen? I see you grinning.
I was selected to be Cooper's Employee of the Month.
Oh, so you was Employee of the Month in December of 2019.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What inspired you to enter this field?
I feel that, particularly here at Cooper, I'm here to be an advocate for our patients. I've worked with patients before, but working at a cancer center, you're working with very sick patients. And a lot of them come in without a great support system, without a lot of resources, particularly patients who are from the city of Camden. Many of them I know, or I might know someone who knows them, and they're coming in alone and nervous and afraid. And I feel that it's important for them to know that they have a support person here.
Okay.
So
you work with a lot of, unfortunately,
I do.
cancer patients.
Correct.
So you did even some special events around that. You had like a hero day, right?
Yes, that is
Okay.
correct. We did. So on the first Friday of the month, we have a theme, and during the month of May, the month of June, we had Superhero Day.
Okay.
We tied that in with Cancer Survivors Week, which is during the first week in June. And that's nationwide, but MD Anderson at Cooper really goes all out to celebrate. And even with us still dealing a bit with the pandemic, we still wanted to make it a good experience for our patients. So a lot of us staff decided to dress up the superhero costumes. But even though we wore the superhero costumes, we made sure that the patients knew that they're the actual superheroes to us.
Oh, wow. That's great. And then there are some other special events that you hosted here at the hospital.
Correct. So years and years, we've always hosted a lot of events, but the one that stands out the most was in 2016 when we hosted Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, really?
During her presidential campaign.
Okay.
We had less than 24 hours to turn it around,
Really?
but it was a success, and
Okay.
it was tied into Nurses Week. She did come to speak briefly to our nurses, and several of us had the pleasure of meeting her, including myself. And that was a
Okay.
big deal.
Wow. So you got a chance to really meet her one-on-one.
Yes, I did.
How was she as
She was
person?
very cordial, and I think she solidified just her platform on healthcare. Anyone that does their research on her knows that she's big on healthcare.
Okay.
And we were just thrilled to have her here in the city of Camden meeting with our nurses.
Oh, that's great. Now, last year we had the pandemic. It was like a whirlwind.
Yes.
It was so funny because when the whole thing first happened, I'm not sure about you, but I know for me, when the whole thing first happened, I'm thinking, okay, a couple months.
Right.
It'd be over by Easter.
Right.
But then it like lasted for a year, and even
Yeah.
now we're trying to recuperate. We're just now
Correct.
starting to get back to normal.
Exactly.
While working at the hospital during the pandemic, how did the events during that time transpire for you in the hospital?
So a lot of my coworkers worked remotely from home.
Okay.
Other than the clinical folks, they still had to be here for patients because, particularly working with cancer patients, they still have to come in. They have to come in for their chemotherapy, for radiation treatment, for infusions, for routine blood work, routine imaging, just so we can continue to keep an eye on their disease to see how they're doing.
Okay.
I did come in every day. I never worked remotely from home, and I was given two major projects during the pandemic. One was I reached out to all of the local restaurants and diners and other food organizations within South Jersey to volunteer to feed our test site teams.
Okay.
And that was a wonderful success. Many times I did have to go out myself to pick up the food because with the pandemic,
Yeah.
even their delivery folks were nervous, which is understandable. And then going to a test site, you're not sure what to expect. So from local diners to fast food restaurants to private catering groups to pizza places, they really did a great job with donating food.
Okay,
We
great.
had test sites in Cherry Hill and 2 in Camden that we served, and they got fed lunch every day.
Okay.
So
So you had mentioned earlier in the interview that you did the hero thing every
Right.
June. So last June, it was probably really significant then.
Right.
Do the hero thing in the midst of everything that was
It
going on.
was.
And they're battling that as well,
Correct.
unfortunately.
Correct.
So when you did the hero thing that June, it
Right.
really...
It wasn't what we normally do. We normally have almost like a carnival atmosphere here.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that by next year we'll be able to do that again, where
Okay.
we have different entertainment for our patients and their families. They will come. We will have people to come and sing. We've had juggling acts
Okay.
before. We always have ice cream and other treats for the patients and their loved ones. So hopefully next year, knock on wood,
Yeah.
things will be a lot better where we can resume that type of atmosphere to celebrate our patients.
Okay, great. So you're doing all these amazing things and organizing and everything like that. Where do you get your strength from to keep doing what you're doing?
I think it's just looking around me and just paying attention to the patients and just seeing their needs, and that inspires me. Also, my background, I come from parents who were very committed to helping the less fortunate, so
Okay.
that's something, their legacy has to continue, so
Okay. And
That's what
then,
I'm
you
doing.
know, yes, and like I mentioned before, this is my god sister. So your parents were my godparents. Your dad, in fact, was a minister.
that is correct. That is
Okay.
correct. He was a pastor here in Camden for many years and just had a heart for people, and I think he instilled that quality into me. And that's why I'm still here after 8 years working with patients and just making myself available. And especially anybody from the city of Camden who lets me know that they have to come here, I just want to make sure that they know I'm here for them. I'm here to support them, be an advocate. If there's anything that they're unsure about, they can reach out to me. I might not have the answers, but I should know who does. So I'll try to connect them with the right people.
Okay, that's great. So if you can look at the camera and give a word of encouragement to a particular person or group of people, who would it be, first of all?
I think if I had to give a word of encouragement to anyone, it would be to the city of Camden. People in the
Okay.
city of Camden.
And what would you say to them?
I think we're so resilient by nature. We have gone through so much in the city. I finally, after so many years of hearing Camden's coming back, starting to see that what we have here at this campus now is a real healthcare campus. We have not only what's going on at Cooper, but there's the Joint Health Services building. We have the Coriell Institute. Cooper does have the medical school, so not only is Cooper doing a lot, but Rutgers and Rowan are doing a lot for the city of Camden, and our time has finally come. So I just think that those of us who grew up in the city and have a deep connection to the city, we should just stay encouraged and continue to watch the wonderful things that are on the horizon.
That's great. Francis Mitchell, thank you so much for joining us for this
You're
interview.
welcome. It's my pleasure.
And thank you so much for watching this episode of Purpose Me. God bless. Oh, hey everybody. Thank you so much for watching the Purpose Me interviews. If you or someone you know has an amazing story to tell and you would like to share it with us, feel free to contact me at readysetpurpose@gmail.com. Again, the email is readysetpurpose@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching these interviews, and God bless.